And welcome back to a Thursday afternoon lunchbox here at the K-Zone in Fitchburg at 105.3 FM and AM 1280. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year, Mark. Got a wave.
You too.
Coach Catalini over there.
Year.
And Diesel Dan. Happy New Year. First show of the new year.
You got it.
Last year went well.
This is going to be the highest rated show of 2023. I can feel it in my bones.
Today?
Today.
Then it,
Highest rated.
Today will
And
be.
you need it because we're teetering on the brink here.
We're
starting to interview some other potential hosts. So
Good.
Hopefully
they're interviewing somebody
Coach
now.
Murphy, when he calls in today at 12:15, can get us out of the doldrums and get the ratings going. I know your guy Decker is going to call in today. No, not call in. He's listening.
He's my man.
Now, he's officially the first member of the Tony Gannon Whack Pack. That's my understanding. Is that right?
Let me tell you, Decker and I go all the way back
I know,
to
you were telling me
second or third grade.
You have some great stories.
Oh,
some
man.
pre-show stories.
I'll tell you, the funniest guy I've ever met, Decker. The best. The absolute
So he's
best.
officially in the Whack Pack, the Tony Gannon Whack
He
Pack.
could be this week's captain. He could be the captain this week, Diesel.
Who else
How's it?
might be nominated for the Whack Pack?
Vanessa, no.
Vanessa's out.
Too busy with track, indoor
I
track.
mean, you got to be a little edgy to be in the Whack Pack. Connie's kind of like normal, wouldn't you say, Coach Connie?
Yeah, if you were at St. Paul's the other night, you wouldn't have thought that.
Okay, so he's a Whack Pack
yeah.
nominee, but he's a co-host.
Yeah,
too, so I don't know.
we'll keep this. We'll get a group together, but Decker, let me tell you, we go back, and I was telling you a story on the break about his dad was the best trooper.
Great story.
Oh, trooper car. We'd go into the house, and he'd be sitting there with his 50-pound dumbbells, and he'd be doing curls in between commercials. He'd go, Hakaru, get over here. And I'd feel his arms, and he'd go, check out those cocktail straws. And he'd point at Danny and I, meaning our arms were this thin. And, he was the best. He was one of the
And
best.
he liked the warm Narragansett?
Yeah, he was.
Warm Gansett, that's a throwback.
But I'll tell you, corporal in the state police,
Yeah.
always took care of us guys in town.
And you needed it, too.
Oh, we did.
But you know, as kids,
probably Decker needed it more than I did.
but you know, as kids, and I know times have changed, but the local police, they looked out for you when you were kids, and you know they tried to keep you on the right path, and they looked out for you. It was such a neighborhood feel to the whole thing, you know. But hey, shout out this morning, Fred's auction by email. That was a nice stop to start
it was
the day.
good to see Freddie. You brought some good things. The hood sign, the carriage from Hayward Wakefield. Is that where it was?
Wakefield wicker carriage.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And the tools.
Yep.
Maybe some
I'm trying to
machinist
up your
out
game,
there.
Mark. I'm trying to up your game.
I just go in, browse around. How about the Beatle albums?
Yeah. Auction by email. Check it out.
And the one with Pete Best on drums.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Freddie's got some good stuff over there. Then we met Kevin from Heaven.
Kevin from Heaven at the Savory Skillet. Nice spot on Summer Street. If you
Kevin
can
might
afford
still
it.
be there.
If you can afford
Hey,
it.
Kevin
He's going to wash dishes to try to clean up the tap.
Kevin might still be there. I mean, he was yakking with somebody when we left.
How about your guy Decker joining us there some Thursday morning?
Decker. He doesn't leave Clinton.
No.
He's got this routine. That I'm going to tell you something
Really?
right now. He is 9 o'clock here. He does his walk, takes his brother Billy's dog for a walk. McDonald's at lunch.
Really?
Herbie's on a Saturday in Worcester for fish and chips at noon. He's got it down.
Well, you have a routine, too. I kind of know your routine.
Oh, on Thursdays.
I'm not going to go through it, but I know your routine.
Thursdays I've got a routine.
No, your
My
work
first day off. You know, like today I went down to the tavern, did my stuff, cleaned, went shopping, met you. Didn't get gas today. Normally I get gas up here. Didn't do that. Went to the Savory Skillet. Yeah.
4 Gioni's here and there.
Oh, we've been cutting
Coaching
some good
JV
trees,
basketball.
Neshoba. Yeah.
How's that going for?
Good. 3-0. Varsity's 2-2. Big games tomorrow night with Leominster at Neshoba.
It's at Neshoba.
Yeah,
Should be a good crowd Friday night with Leominster.
Should be. Yeah, Leominster's well coached. Casey
Hey, how are
Redfield.
the girls doing at Neshoba?
I think they're 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tina does a great job. And Beth McNamara's her JV coach.
Right. Now your guy Murph is calling in today.
Hudson
girls 4-1.
4-1. Big win over Tingsboro the other night. Tingsboro girls are always a good team. Murph's done a great job. Murph went from coaching boys JV, took over the girls varsity 2-3 years ago. He's just done a tremendous job.
I think last year was the first year.
Might have been.
If I recall.
Yeah, we hit him on last year.
Recall that, and he was excited to take the team over. And
let me tell you, I went to watch them play at Worcester State last year. They played Lunenburg.
What, in the tournament?
In the tournament.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Murph does a good job, so it's exciting to have him call in. He does a great job promoting his kids, too, on Twitter.
I follow him on Twitter. And,
he does a good job.
It's all nice, positive stuff. It kind of showcases the team culture, which is nice.
And you know, it's that time of year. We're getting coaches on from different sports. Indoor track. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, Clinton hasn't had a meet in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And hey, between him and the crime dog Ed McGuinn, coaches cross country skiing at a local high school.
I mean,
what are they doing?
There's no snow.
They should have backpack blowers. They could be out cleaning yards. What is there to do?
Ski teams, and like Martin Dunstable used to ski at Neshoba Valley, Neshoba Hills, or whatever.
Over in Westford.
Yeah. And there's no snow.
I don't know.
What do you do?
What do you do? Big question. What do you?
If you're a ski team coach,
you make snow.
It's not even cold enough to make snow.
Well, you try to improvise.
How's the hockey scene, high school hockey scene going?
There's some solid teams out there.
There always is.
Yeah, as you'd expect. Yeah, I will. I've got the standings.
Right back. There's always a few.
All right, so let's look at some of the
standings. Yeah, let's hurry up.
All right. So you look at the Quinn Conference. Hopedale Milford, they're 4-1-1. Already off to a perfect start in league play. Algonquin, they're looking to bounce back. They're 5-2 right now. Solid start for them. Wachu's at 6-1 right now. Neshoba 5-2, unbeaten.
Just co-op boys. Clinton. Yeah.
Yep. Part of that co-op, they have ties with Hopedale and North Andover. The North Andover won their most recent game, a 0-0 tie.
Wow. Real
50
battle.
minutes of hockey, couldn't find a goal.
What a battle. The kids were talking about it. Unbelievable game.
Yep, Grafton, 7-1, first season in a long time without their buddies in Blackstone Valley Tech.
Yeah.
Because they split off. Blackstone Valley Tech themselves are 3-1.
Yeah, they started their own program like co-op should.
It's kind of
we've talked about that.
Thing.
All right, that's all you yak about over there.
Yep,
excuse me?
Anyway, the Coughlin, Littleton, Bromfield, 6-2 starts. They started out 6-0, in fact, but have hit a couple of, started out 5-0, then they hit a little bit of skids, some tough losses to Grafton and Drake at Tingsboro. 9-3 to Drake at Tingsboro in the most recent game. Fitchburg Monty Tech's 5-3. St. Bernard's a winning record right now. 4-3. First-year head coach Steven Sylvia doing a solid job there. They got a good win over Gardner on Monday, 3-2. Good goaltending battle there.
And I'll tell you, the Algonquin girls are 4-0-1. I've been following them.
Yeah, that's actually
Emily Johns.
Yeah, 4-1-1 right now.
That's all you know about hockey.
What?
That's it. Tell me something else besides Algonquin girls hockey.
That's all I follow.
I know. That's all you
Clinton's
follow.
Co-op. And them, and I've been following the Neshoba hockey now that I'm over there a little bit.
Yeah, Algonquin, they have to play pretty much entirely a schedule outside of Central Mass because there's not very many teams in Central Mass.
I know.
It's just the Leominster team, which is North County, essentially, and Auburn, which is South County.
Yeah.
That's basically...
North-South.
Yeah, that's... No. And then there's Shrewsbury, too, but they're in another league. It's all kind of messy. Leominster themselves are 4-2-1 right now.
Oakmont's with Leominster now, right?
Yes.
And Oakmont had a good girls program for a while. It's just hard.
Yeah, the teams that Oakmont have been co-oping with, too. Yeah, your Fitchburg, your Monty Tech, your Narragansett. All those schools are co-oping with Leominster this season as well. So they've got like 12 different teams they're hosting.
At least the kids are playing who love the game, love the sport. It's hard. And there's
an ebb and a flow. Some grades you have a lot of kids playing, other grades you don't. So, especially on the girls' side,
I know. It's hard. The toughest sport up here is hockey.
And there was the COVID thing, which interrupted a lot of careers.
Closed a lot of rinks down.
Right.
Shut them down for a while.
Right. Like
so
the Clark outdoor rink in Winchington.
There was. Obi texted that day and said he remembers it. At least Obi does.
Right. Hey,
and you should have. Your dad taught at Murdoch.
At Lawrence Academy, they had an outdoor rink. It was an outdoor barn. It was covered. And, I'm trying to think if they still use that. Diesel, do you know if they've enclosed that rink?
I believe it's enclosed.
Lawrence Academy. Groton School has 2 rinks.
They do?
2 rinks.
I think there's a school, Holderness, up in New Hampshire, which actually has I think, covered but not enclosed rink. And when they built it, they built that deliberately because they liked the character of playing outdoors during the winter. I think.
Hey, look at the Bruins the other day. That was tremendous. Them and the Penguins
The
at
Fenway game?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Yeah.
Well, you know, your guy Jim Lockney out of Clinton used to take care of us at Groton School when I was up that way for ice
Wonder
time.
if Jimmy's still there.
That's a good question. He's a fixture at Groton School.
I'll tell you, he took care of us every time we brought our freshman football team up there.
Yeah.
We would go on a tour of the campus, showed us Franklin Roosevelt's room, and good time. Actually, you met us there one time.
Did I?
Yeah. You met
Must
me.
have been a free buffet that day.
No, you met Vanessa and I. You probably.
Vanessa?
Vanessa coached football. Vanessa and I used to take the teams up there. If you had to lose
That
him.
sounds like fake news to me. Vanessa coaching anything.
Here, you had a rough week of practice. You get thrown out of. How do you get thrown out of a hallway? Huh?
So it was being disruptive. There were tests being taken. People
After
said
school.
After school.
Well,
But
I'm
whatever.
stretching
That's a
here.
whole nother. We could do a whole show on that.
No, we're not.
Well, we could. There's
We
enough
could.
content there.
But we're not. We're not
Looks
doing
like we
a
have
whole show.
Murph calling in.
I hope so. Hey, Murph.
Hi, Tony. How are you? Bobby, how you doing?
Coach, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Hey,
Can't
great
complain.
win. Great win against Tingsboro the other night.
Yeah, actually last night,
Yeah.
they're just a tough program. They play hard. New head coach, took over this year, doing a great job with them. And, a lot of talent up there. It was, fortunately for us at home, they're always a rival for us. Play the same style. They like to open up the floor and play hard. So, yeah, it was a great game. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it on home team last night, and yeah, good start. 4-1. Hey, by the way, we got quite a few listeners. I spoke to your old boy Deckman this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, he got a new 9-volt battery for his transistor radio, so he's out. What's so funny?
Yeah. I'm figuring I can just see him sitting there with his his large Diet Coke or Coke from McDonald's.
Let me tell you,
so he made that run.
He brought up the Coke. He doesn't drink it too much sugar. He's on the vitamin water. He wanted me to relay that message to you today, if it was brought up.
All right, I'll have to put that down. Hey, one question.
Yeah.
Bobby C with the orange sneakers on today? Or
No, all black.
Those are on
All
eBay.
black.
Okay.
Yeah, those
okay.
are on
See those?
eBay, Murph,
Mark,
and right now
see
he's
them?
going to pay someone to take him
I
away.
went black. All black today. And I
Those
threw on the
orange.
Clinton Gales. I got
Hey,
the
no,
Clinton Gales
oh,
hooded sweatshirt on today.
Yeah.
I'm representing.
Were those at the bottom of the box over at Webster's and Hudson?
Oh, that was the place, wasn't it?
Murph, remember going over there? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course I did.
Now, Murph, you guys were pretty close. Clinton to Hudson.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
How many? What was that?
15 minutes.
Yeah.
How?
Right down
Walking,
62.
riding,
No,
How?
15 minutes by car.
by car.
Yeah.
Seriously? Okay, I'll tell you a story.
Oh, boy,
I
here we
wrote-
go. Here we go.
We rode our bikes from Fitchburg to Hudson to get sneakers at that place.
You had to have stopped in Clinton on the way.
I have no idea how
You
we
wouldn't
got
have
there or
lasted
how
if
we
you
got
did.
back, but we rode our bikes. It was probably a full day.
Guys like
trip.
you wouldn't have lasted on High
was a
Street,
full-
right, Murph?
Yeah.
It was a full day trip. We avoided Clinton like the plague. Trust me.
Yeah. He must have went up 117. There's no way he came
Oh,
up.
Yeah, I
Had
have no
to have,
idea, but we did it.
Went
we were
down
out of
through
our
farm
mind.
country. West Bolton, Lancaster,
sneakers were
Bolton,
like-
right down 85. That's how you probably
Yeah,
went.
probably 85. I think they were like $4 or $5 for the sneakers.
Clinton guys got them for $2, $2.50.
Clinton guys probably clipped them. Went in with a big raincoat. I know your deal. Big raincoat.
Boy, I tell you though, when you do bring up something like that, the memories do come back. I can remember going over there with Tommy Bonsi and
And you know, in all
Regular.
reality,
And
the
we-
reality of it is, and you know, you'd wear 2 pair of those heavy wool socks, the white wool socks, but those sneakers were terrible when you think about it.
but they were the fashion. Hey, Larry Bird still wore them and promoted them.
That's
With
it.
Chuck Taylor.
Yeah. No doubt.
You know,
No doubt.
Yeah.
But I see kids wear them today, and I'm like, what are you doing? I mean,
Hey, let
I
them.
mean,
They're better.
as a fashion statement, I see them today. I'm like, there's no support. They're terrible.
See, he
Whatever.
wouldn't
We
wear
loved
them.
them.
If
We
they
loved
were
them.
orange, you might.
The high black, the Celtics wore them.
Hey, if they were orange, you might buy 2 pair of them.
Hey, I'm ordering a pair of lime green.
Listen, I'm
so.
putting my glasses on because we want to talk a little bit tomorrow. 4-1, 1-0 in Midwatch C.
2. Tingsboro was the second one.
Who's the
Quabbin and Tingsboro last
Quabbin,
night.
okay.
So
That was
yeah,
at
yeah,
Quabbin. That was at Quabbin. I
Is,
remember that.
is
Yeah.
Quabbin in C in boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they did a
They played
reorg.
Littleton.
Oh, they-
yeah.
They
Yeah.
did. Okay, I missed that. I
Yeah.
missed that.
Yeah, it looks like there's 4 divisions now instead of 5.
Okay.
Really?
Well, I knew that, but I didn't know where the parity went. I knew that. Skinny told me that last
Okay.
Wednesday night we went out.
So if you have 6 teams in C, Murph, or 7?
Yeah.
7, so you get
So-
12 games. That's good.
So
Yeah,
it's Tingsboro, Clinton, Maynard, Lunenburg, Littleton, Hudson, Quabbin.
Yep.
There you
got
go.
it. There you are.
Wow.
Now,
I
is
got it
Maynard
written down.
still formidable in girls, Murph?
Yeah, they do a nice job. Skinny's wife coaches. She does a
Kristen.
great job.
Right.
They play, a lot of stuff like that tough 1-3-1 zone defense that he has with the boys. If you're familiar with that, yeah. She's
Very
been going.
familiar.
I mean, last year they were. They're actually, even though they're Midwalk C, they're D4.
Right.
So they're sort of, in a sense, playing up against our league, and then when they qualify for the tournament,
It's
they
going to help.
Now,
It's
are you
gonna
guys
help them.
are you D3?
Yeah, so we're
You're
D3.
D3,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Murph, looking at your scores and following you this year, I mean, you've got 6 girls who are between 11, 12, I'll say 12 points a game and 6 points a game.
Wow.
Yep.
Pretty good
Yep.
parity there. I mean, it's really no
Yeah.
girl. I mean, you've had some girls who have had, like last night, a couple of your girls had big nights, but
Yep. Yep.
for the most part, it's one night it's this girl and that girl, and
Yeah.
plus probably a pretty hard team to defend and play one defense against because you've got so much depth and you can't really concentrate on your guards, your girls in the short corner or whatever. You got to be a tough team to defend.
Yeah. So yeah, we hope that we are, and that's what the goal is. But it all starts with the kids, honestly, and you guys both coaches, you know this, right? Sometimes you gotta convince them that it sort of is a team game, right? And it sort of is. Everyone has to participate, and everyone has to buy into a system. And sometimes that means somebody that's used to being the top dog every day might not be the top dog today. You know what I mean? And to that point, that's how I can best define these kids.
Yeah.
They don't care about statistics. They really don't. I mean, and any coach likes to say that, but it's like I say it and I mean it, right?
Yeah.
Because I live with these kids in the sense of, I'm with them every night, and they don't care. All they really care about is, Coach, did we get the dub at the end of the night? And it's like they don't care. They're unselfish. They share the ball. They work. And the best part for me and my coaching staff is the fact that, they want to get after it defensively. They really, really do. And they really pride themselves in working hard at that, So, we play, man, and they just work, and then everything sort of, feeds off that, and so it's a fun crew of kids, led by a great group of seniors. Maddie Kiley, 2-year captain, Gracie Giorgio, 2-year captain, Katie Pume, 1st-year captain, and Taylor Bruce and Kathy O'Malley. They're just great leaders, because we have kids of all younger ages. We have 8th graders in our program down at the JV level. And these are kids, they don't blow the little kids off, you know what I mean? And that's special, because that doesn't always happen.
They make them feel wanted, part of the team. That's key.
Yeah. I mean, we go to a away game. I'll give you, for instance, who these kids are. And they're doing cheers in the stands for the JV kids that are playing the game, And
awesome.
me and my assistant coach, Laura Bowen, we just sit there and we shake our head. And we just kind of go, this this is just a good group of kids, you know,
and
led
it's
by a great group of seniors.
And you know, it's funny because we did have you on last year, and when we got into the what we call it, our pregame room here at the studio in Fitchburg, and I looked up some notes from last year, and it's almost the same things that you said last year, you're saying again this year, and not to reiterate or be repetitive, but it's like those, like you were saying, those 8th graders and freshmen who are with you, and they're being treated so well by the upperclassmen. You know, when it's their time, could be a senior or a captain or an upperclassman, they're going to treat your younger girls the same way they were treated, because it becomes the norm. And that's good. And it like you were saying, Murph, it makes the chemistry of your team so much easier, you know, because it doesn't sound like there's egos there. Like you know, I was looking, you know, last night Madison Kiley didn't score, but she's averaging 10 points a game, and you won. And, you know, that says a lot. And like, if you had just said to me, well, she didn't play or she was hurt, okay, she didn't score. But she played.
Yeah. You know, the issue there, got into a little early foul trouble and kind of couldn't get out of it. And then, you know, we got into a flow at one point with a crew of kids. And, you know how it is when the train's rolling, man. You ain't getting on the tracks and stopping it. You know what I mean? And
I know.
They just connected and they kind of went for it, you know. But she's such a good leader and such a good kid that she gets the big picture, and she can live with that. You know what I mean? It's like, and then tomorrow night will be her night, and the next night it might be somebody else's night, and so on and so forth. You know.
I know.
And that's important to have kids like that get the big picture, you know, and understand that this is what we're trying to do, you know. So.
And when the upperclassmen get it, and it sounds like Maddie gets it. Again, not being repetitive, but the 8th graders and freshmen see her cheering on from the sideline in foul trouble. We talk about it a lot. Your body language speaks volumes. And man, those kids are gonna understand what a real team means, the team concept means. And it starts with your senior leadership and your juniors who have been veterans and right down the line. And team chemistry down the stretch in close games is going to win you a game or two during the season. You know, it's not like a free throw, it's not like a this, it's not like a that. You know, the bonding that they have during a timeout, down 3, 2 minutes left, they will get themselves on track. It's not going to be anything you say, Murph, and Bobby and I have been there and done that. It's not anything we said during a timeout. It's how they were prepared by their coaches and their senior leadership, and it sounds like you've got some good girls.
And you know, that culture makes it fun. You know, I mean that's the whole point. Kids, we all play a particular sport or have things we do because it's fun. And it should be fun. And when you have a positive culture like that, it's enjoyable. And that's what the kids will remember. They may not be able to tell you the score at Tingsboro in 5 years, but they'll tell you about the bus ride and the pasta parties and all that.
Hey, let's go to a quick break, Murph. I know you don't have much to do until practice time. So actually, I could have said that to you 10 years ago. Okay.
So you go to the break. Who wakes you up to get back online?
I do, Murph. I do. Myself and Diesel Dan.
Oh no! I can't believe Diesel Dan hasn't eaten half of his pizza yet.
Yeah, he's a little slow today.
He is slow. All right, quick break. We'll be back.
Oh. I had breakfast before I came in.
Good guy.
Don't say when you first woke up because you haven't been up an hour.
Diesel.
Diesel, what time did you get up today?
Woke up at 10:30.
We were here.
Tony had put in, we were here. Tony had already put in 6 hours. He was up at 4:30.
That was yesterday. I had to drive
Yesterday you drove to the airport.
Airport in the morning at 5:30, Owen and Nina.
So Noah was telling me about this intro.
Yeah.
One was should we be looking to play that? If we should be looking to play that?
Yeah, you want to do it when you come back now?
I can do that.
Okay, let's do that.
Hey, I did mention last week, and you weren't here. I'm going to see if we can do a new intro, because either you or Connie are here most of the time, co-hosting. Well, instead of just having mine and Coach Gannon, it's us. It's the intro. Do you pay attention after the national anthem?
Touchdown. That thing?
Get rid of it.
Oh, you can redo that.
We can redo that, Diesel, right?
Who did that?
Talk to Derek about it.
That sounded almost like Chris Berman. Is it Chris Berman?
Probably is.
Yeah, he did an
He
internship
goes all
here.
the way.
Yeah,
or
he was
whatever.
here that day.
Huh?
He was here that day.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Hey, it's great having Mark here again.
Yeah, this is awesome. Clinton Community TV, channels 8 and 99, right?
Yes.
So, Hawk, there you go. Something to hey, we'll watch it at your house when we get there today
You
for
have to be
lunch.
too busy watching
I'm going to watch that race at 1:47.
out of where?
Post time. Aqueduct.
Oh.
Yeah, Aqueduct.
You just
Doing
don't
some
trifecta
live
box to
podcasts.
578?
578 bucks. Not a bad way to go.
I'd go to the track.
Not a bad way to go.
Dogs. I used to love to go to the dogs with my buddies on bus trips. I'd walk in, go up to the window, trifecta box to 578, give the lady the money. You want a program? Nope. Done. Just sit there and watch the races.
There's something to be said for that. Dollar try box.
$2.
That's
Wait,
expensive.
Decker did the $1 try
No,
box.
that's 12 bucks.
Yeah, when you're a kid, don't matter.
Times 10
15
races.
or 15 races.
So you put out 150.
Why not?
All right, that's fine. As long as you hit one.
Oh, always.
Do you? No, I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
Could hit 2 in a row.
yeah. No, it was fun. It was fun. Noah's back.
There's Noah.
Huh?
Noah's
Not
Ark.
a hair out of place.
Noah's Ark.
Noah.
You got Diesel Dan. We got.
15 seconds.
Oh,
We got to come up with a nickname for Noah. Nervous Noah? No. Noah.
We'll see how this.
he's like the housemaid here. He's like the housemaid.
I don't know
Neat
what to
Noah. Neat Noah.
What?
Neat. He's always cleaning up. Here we go. Whoa.
Oh. Let it play through a little bit. And welcome back to the Thursday afternoon lunchbox. That song was played for you out there, Decker.
Murph, how'd you like
a lot
that
of
intro?
broken hearts. You broke a lot of hearts out there, Deck Man.
I just had a vision of you two guys dancing in the studio.
Oh no,
You know what I
Bobby
mean?
wasn't. I'll send you the clip because I got him when they were playing it in our office this morning.
Hey, Murph, I have a
Yes.
question for you. We've
Okay.
had some discussion, Tony and myself and a couple other coaches or former coaches, because at this time of the year, early January, we tend to hear stories of, coaches set parameters over vacation.
Yeah.
And basketball, winter sports are tough because you're going to practice and
Two
play
vacations.
over 2 vacations, December and
Yep.
February. So let's talk a little bit about that, your philosophy and how that's gone for you, because we've heard some stories of coaches putting out the philosophy and telling people, hey, you have to let us know if you're going away at the varsity level, and you really shouldn't be going away, and a lot of parents haven't been up front, and on and on and on. So maybe you can address it a little bit.
Yeah. So, as you know, I mean, I can recall a few years ago. Somebody, one of my players, started telling me about a ski trip they wanted to go on.
Snake
and
Hill?
it was, huh?
Where'd they go? Snake Hill in Berlin?
yeah, Ward Hill over in Shrewsbury.
Jesus.
Point being, right? I'm just like, So here's the thing that I try to get across. So anyways, it came down to a meeting with a parent and all this other stuff, right?
And what was the level? Was it JV, varsity? What
Yeah,
was
well,
it?
it happened to be at a JV level,
Okay.
right? But it was just the fact that sometimes when people will come at you with something, and it's sort of like, boy, don't you understand these kids have lives? And I go, yeah, I do understand that, but I also understand that I'm the basketball coach in a program, and from day one we said this is what the commitment was, right?
Right.
So it's like that's I'm just trying to uphold them to what a standard that they should uphold and they agree to. If they give me their word, they're going to do something. Their word has to be worth something.
Right.
And then you can have situations where there's other sports that like to intervene and have like these tournaments and invite kids to them and stuff like that. You know, the MIAA has that waiver form that they have now.
Right,
And some kids
waste.
are going,
Or
but it's
showcase, right.
A waste,
Yeah.
but go ahead.
yeah, and just so it doesn't get twisted, right? I'm somebody. I mean, my kids were 3 sports kids.
Yeah.
I'm somebody that promotes multiple sports, and I know you. You know, I know you guys are the same way. But when it's my sport and it's my season, you know, I'm not infringing on your sport and your season. I'll
Right.
go to my kids' games.
Yeah.
You know, my assistant coach Laura is the girls' varsity softball coach at Hudson. Half of my team plays for her. I'm at their game. You know, I go to their games to support them. You know what I mean? I love seeing them play in other sports. But don't come and do this on my time.
Right.
And then I just kind of stick to that, and you know, you don't get an understanding, and you might get a little pushback or a parent not digging you for making that stance. But it's like, hey, I'm just being honest. You know, this is the way it is, and this is what we're going to do. And if you want to violate the policy, or if you want to violate something, you're going to live with whatever the consequence is. You know, and then hold up to the consequence. And sometimes, you know what? It's hard to hold people to the consequence because sometimes I won't speak for myself because I just kind of like to hold people to consequences just because, you know, it's a good learning environment.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a basketball coach, but I'm teaching them how to be
Right.
you know, productive citizens in the world
Yeah.
too. You know, not to give it too much of a thing, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, they're kids. They
Yeah.
got to learn that, hey, no means no, or this means this, and this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I got a crew of kids, you know, that you know, just show up. So I haven't had the issue of like, you know, something else came up, in a sense of like a, you know, a party or something like that.
Right,
But
right.
again, there's a sport that does interfere with the season because they host titles, and it's soccer, you
Yeah.
know.
Right.
Right.
And they do that, and they chase these kids, and you know.
And Murph, you brought it up probably 2 or 3 times during that 10-minute answer you just gave us. Okay, but you brought up parent, and
Yeah.
then that's where sometimes the problem lies. It's the kid wants to stay, and we've talked to coaches on the air this year, talked to coaches at games we've scouted, you down to Cape, you know, me at different gyms up around here, and it's true. I was talking to Dale last night. It's not the kids as much as it is the parents sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes the
too.
kids have no choice. If the parents are going to go, they have to go. So, but
Yep.
it's the parents.
And
who-
it's the old philosophy. You have freedom of choice, but you don't have freedom of consequences. And
Exactly.
and like you were saying, sometimes it's hard, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
But then again, like you were saying, Murph, you know, you talked earlier in the show about team chemistry. When things like that happen with teams,
Oh yeah.
the chemistry is now gone. Because the kids know.
it's
You
been
can't
it's been
kid the kids.
compromised. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the kids
They know you can't fool the kids.
Yeah, and it could be the 9th player, the 11th player, the first, second, doesn't matter. But when you go to practice during Christmas break at 7:30 or 8 in the morning or 8 o'clock at night, and one player is missing, and not because they're not feeling well, because they're on a cruise, or they're on the beach, or they're skiing down Snake Hill in Berlin, the kids know that. And sometimes it affects their performance as well. Because it's like, why can they and not me?
Yep. Yeah.
And it's the truth. And that's been the big change. I was out of coaching 6 years. And, you know, not saying Clinton was this, but when you're at a place long enough, kids knew what to expect. Whether it was Coach Cataldi, Coach Gahan, myself, Coach Connie, Derek Moisin, it didn't matter. There was a culture. And that's the way it is at a lot of schools. You know, I'm sure it's the same way at Hudson now with you and Mike, and you're going to be hiring a new football coach and so on, and Jess backs you up all the way. But when that culture and that is broken, it does affect the whole bottom line
It's
of
a
what you're
slippery
trying
slope.
to do.
It's a very slippery slope. And I think part of my thing is that I think parents are very confused. Like, we're not confused. But I think some parents are confused because if they have a child who plays basketball pretty much year-round, let's say. They play spring AAU, they go to camps in the summer, they play in the fall AAU, and then they play high school basketball. I think parents are confused and think it's all one and the same.
Yeah, no.
And it isn't.
No.
The high school season is sort of sacred, and you have to be committed to that the 5 or 6 days a week or whatever it is. I mean, AAU, okay, you have to blow off a fall tournament. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Right.
But high school's different.
But you know, the thing is,
we like to use the word. The word on that topic we use over there is distraction, and there's no way around it. It's a distraction.
it is.
And we talk about the little details in everything that you do, and the little details matter.
Yeah.
And again, if you want to be competitive, it depends on what you want to be, right? As a team, who you want to be, and if you want to be competitive, that's a little detail.
Yeah. Right.
And it's a distraction, and it is a distraction for everyone else.
Murph, I can remember being in high school. We'd go over to. We were playing Hudson at the old Hudson High School.
Yep.
And we were up in the locker room getting ready to play, and Coach Foley he came into the locker room and he gave us that little talk, and then the JVs walked in.
Yep.
And Bernie, God rest his soul, Bernie Guy walked in, and we get up, we did our 1, 2, 3 Gales, and Bernie stopped us at the door, and he looked down, and we had uniforms, but Jeff Rill had forgotten his green and gold stirrups that we would put on, and I'll never forget, Bernie said to Jerry didn't see it. We hid rumors because, we knew something was going to happen. And Bernie goes, "You guys don't leave here unless everybody either takes them off or you find your socks." And we all just took our sneakers off, took our socks off, because, again, like you were saying, that was one of the team rules.
Yeah.
And it was going to affect that night and that whatever,
Yeah.
Well, the stirrups, that's quite that's unbelievable. Maybe, Murph, you should bring those back at Hudson.
Yeah.
Huh? What do you think?
Jess probably has them hidden somewhere.
Louis probably put them away.
No, Louis sold them. Louis sold them.
Oh, the stirrups, man. They'll come back. I bet they come back.
Maybe.
They will come back.
Hey, let's talk about Audrey Lennox, Christina Bruce. Let's talk about your players.
Yeah, so you're hitting on some of my underclassmen, so...
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I know, and that's fine, So they both had both gamers. Audrey's a junior, and Christina, who we call KB, all right, is only a freshman.
She's averaging almost 9 a game.
Yeah, I mean, she's just
a
kid. They're both kids. Look, I'll say I had 10 kids returning, right? And one of the things that our breakup dinner, back in last March was everyone just try to get better. Let's just whatever you got to do, try to get better at the game. And they started participating in it. We're playing in a summer league, coach. Hey, we're going to play in a fall league, coach. Hey, we're going to go down to Babson and play in a turkey tournament, coach. You know what I mean? And then as you're watching them, because we took over late last year.
I remember.
Kids, so it was like November or something like that. So you're trying to I'm trying to meet the kids because I don't really know them. I mean, I know them from just saying hi. But anyways, you get them in the summer and they're doing some of the stuff that is important, some of the core stuff that's important that we were doing during the season, and they're bringing it into their summer and fall leagues on their own, because as you know, we don't coach, right?
Right.
They had two great dads, Maddie's dad, Mark Kiley, and Audrey's dad, Rich Lennox, were my two dads that volunteered to coach the team, and did an outstanding job. We had 14 kids coming in, and they would just play the kids evenly, rotate the kids. We didn't care about who won or who lost. It was these kids just need to play the game. They worked on their own. So when they came in, I could see improvement in every kid, and that was really something that me and the coaching staff were just like, wow, this is nice to see. Everyone has grown up a little. Everyone has gotten better, has improved something. So those two kids really took it upon themselves to really, really work their game. And now they're starting to they're bearing the fruits of that. And then we got Lila Mullahay and Lila Rice and filling out, and Sam Collette. I mean, they're the rest of the underclassmen that returned from that original 10 kids. And I mean, the thing about my practice is, our practices are kind of like wars. Like I told them before the Tingsboro game, because you know how Decembers are usually kind of crazy with the schedules and all that. I told them before the game last night, I'm sick of seeing you guys beat up each other. It's time to go out and take somebody, take an opponent on.
Yeah.
Because our practices are complete wars. And Tony, you played on teams that were like that with like Sabs and Tubbsy and those guys. You know what I mean? They just fought the whole time.
Mike Welch,
make everybody better when you have those practices.
Yeah. Well, come off the top of the snake pit in a karate pose or something.
Yeah.
With his black belt on.
Oh my
but
God.
you know how it was.
And
right?
Jerry let it go.
Yeah. Because that's what makes everyone better,
It
right?
did.
If everyone.
Let me tell you, it started with Bernie.
Yeah.
Actually, Waller Mack was our freshman. It just started. I mean,
Yeah.
3-on-2s. They'd put their whistles away.
Yeah.
And if the ball went in the corner, and you were on the ground and Garf jumped on you, then corner was going to jump on Garf, and Gleese was going to throw his glasses.
He's over in the corner doing his hair.
He would take his glasses off and no, but it was true. It was true, and it made you a better player. Then we do the offensive foul drills.
Yeah.
And let me tell you,
Picking up charges.
no Matt.
Ooh, no Matt.
No,
You
Matt.
couldn't do that today.
No, I know, Murph, right?
Couldn't do that
Couldn't do it
today. You'd have Fox News at the school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know if you heard, but somebody's following you into the media world, by the way.
Who?
Bill Hurley, Hudson. Legend.
Wow. In what way now?
Check this out, okay? So
what?
HUD TV is going to be simulcasting some of our games,
Okay.
the boys and the girls, and Billy's doing the play-by-play.
Wow.
I went to the boys' game against Oakmont, Murph, and I saw him last Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
There's nothing better than when Billy comes in the gym. He came early in the season. It might even have been a scrimmage, and he comes and he loves him. He sits in that front row and he's just watching or whatever. And he all of a sudden he pulls the pen out and he's got the notes going and stuff like that. And then he's just somebody that's
Good
he's
man.
a Hudson guy and
Murph, tell him I said hello. Will you do that, please?
I absolutely
Appreciate
will,
it.
Bobby.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hurl's got to start, Murph, at Groton Dunstable.
Yeah, he was with Bill McGurk, and then
His
he
brother-in-law.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
And then
Yeah.
he took the. I think he took a year or two off, and then went to Hudson.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he did Hudson High 10
Yep.
years.
Was
Yeah.
he 10 years there?
10 years.
Wow.
I think even 10 years. Yeah, it's funny you said that, Murph. I went over to scout last week, Hudson and Oakmont, because we played, Neshoba plays Oakmont, and I saw Hurls. I saw Freddie Lamburn there.
Yeah.
I sat with Freddie for the JV boys game because Matt coaches.
Matt is coaching, yeah.
Freddie Lambert coaches, and it was nice.
Yeah,
it was
good.
nice. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
But
But
as a matter of fact, Hurls' first gig is tomorrow night, and we play the Gales tomorrow night. How about
oh,
that? How about that?
in Hudson.
Yeah, in Hudson. Yeah,
Okay.
he's not going to travel to Clinton, Tony. Come
Well,
on.
he might a Friday night. He might go.
He might travel after the game.
Yeah.
Well, then you'd have to wrestle Moisen for the microphone.
Oh, imagine
You know what
those
I
two.
mean? So-
Imagine those two in a booth. I couldn't imagine it. But anyways, yeah, you do. I saw that. You have the Gales tomorrow night. They're coming
And
off.
Murph,
a loss
you
to
should be
Tohoto.
really in good shape for tomorrow night because we have the Lunchbox reverse curse. Anybody who calls in
Oh, okay.
has really good fortune after
Probably
calling in.
90%.
Okay.
Tremendous. So you, I don't want to jinx you, but I think you're going to do well tomorrow night.
Well, that's good
That's
to
the
hear.
reverse curse. Yeah, you get
Right.
that going for you.
So the first time you play Clinton is at Clinton. At Hudson. Then you go to Clinton later on in the year,
Yep.
and you walk out into the new gym. But when we left the old high school and went up to the new high school, we took your brother John, God rest his soul's banner,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's hanging over the boys' locker room when you come
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, we had it up on the rafters at the old gym,
Yeah.
and then I think when we put it up at first at Clinton, it might have been up by the top with the 70-71 Middle League Championship banner, and I think we decided a few years later a better spot for that would be right over the locker room door when you walk into the boys' locker room. Unless Smitty's moved it, I'm pretty sure it's still there. But then I had a number 35 shirt that I had put in one of the memorabilia cases out in the lobby when you walk in the back door. There's the trophy cases and memorabilia cases, and I gave it to your niece. It wasn't one of John's. It was probably the next set of uniforms that were bought.
So the number's retired.
35 is retired, and whoever was the AD bought a 35, and we took it out.
I know. I wondered about that because I know.
So I took it out because I remember Danny Belleville wanted it.
Yeah.
And so let's go back to the early 90s, late 80s. And I took it out and I had put it away. And then when we moved, I found it. And then I put it in the memorabilia case that we had. And then your niece was coaching at Littleton.
Yep.
And I showed it to her because Regan was playing for Clinton. Yep. And I had the key. I was the AD. I took it out and I gave it to her. Yeah.
Good.
Yep. But good stuff, Murph. You calling in today. Oh, Diesel did. Hey, what slice is that, Diesel?
It's number 2.
Number 2.
Wow.
Diesel's on second slice of pizza, and he just woke up at 10:30.
I
You'll
took
get
the
2 meals out of that.
I took the 2 smallest slices.
Yeah, okay. But anyways, Murph, Decker wanted me to tell you, make sure you leave the back door open by Jess's office tomorrow. He'll get there about 6:30. Okay. He'll pull the plug. He'll pull the peg, I mean, and walk in, leave him a program, and he'll just mix in with the big crowd that you're going to have.
You got it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having it. Thanks for having me to, talk it up a little bit about, and I appreciate you guys supporting the girls hoop teams out there in Central Mass.
Well, I'll tell you what I like, and Bobby's was the big advocate of this because he got me on Twitter, and I didn't want to. Remember, we were at Paisanos, and you took my phone, and he put me on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. And you know what? And your girls should be glad you did because, like, you had a picture of the girls on a stairway at some gym.
Yeah, some really nice stuff.
And then the one last
positive
night.
stuff.
And it makes someone like me read it because I know it's the Hudson High girls. Yeah. And, I don't know your girls. I mean, from one to another, if it's Gracie, Kaylee, Madison, Christina. But, they're there, and, you promote them and talk about them. And I think it really gets them exposure.
Yeah, it's a good part of the culture too.
Yeah.
Positive stuff.
At the end of the day, you guys know this. It's about the kids. It's all about the kids. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you anything you don't know. It's what they do, and it's like you said, it's their experience. And then Bobby, I think you said it right. It's like they're going to just remember being together. They're not going to remember the score of this game or that game. They're going to remember something stupid I said or did, or what I mean, for a laugh when you think you can think back in memories of things like that, or an experience or something, But it's funny you say that, Murph, because I went to your game at Worcester State last year against Lunenburg. Yep. Because I believe Clinton was playing boys afterwards. They were, I went. I couldn't tell you right now whether you won or lost the game. I just remember going early and wanting to see you. I took a couple of pictures, by the way.
Yeah, you sent it to me. Yeah,
I did?
It was always the back. You know what I mean?
The good part.
Any front shots, but so we won.
Well, I tried, but the bay window was in the way.
I could hear you yelling. That's it. I'm surprised they don't name that gym after you, anyways, right?
Yeah, sure.
No?
Nah.
With a baseball field out back? No.
No way. But listen, my point.
Well, you don't store all the money, do you?
My tuition. Hey, who won that game? I said to
we actually won. That was the CMAS title.
Yeah, it was.
That was a great
wow,
I can remember you were up big. Now that you said on Lunenburg, Frank Green's a great coach. They made a nice little push at the end.
Yeah. So the nice thing about that, and you had mentioned them earlier, and I'll just throw this in. So they had taken us out in really good team. I think they ended up like number 2 in the state in D4 or something like that, and they went down to like the final 8. Anyways, they beat us by like 17 at home. Then we lost to them in overtime at our place by 5. And I remember Bernie one time in a speech, it put chills down my spine. He was talking about a team that's similar that had beaten us twice, and he goes, "No one's going to beat you a third time," So I took bits and pieces of his speech and wheeled it into one of mine. You know what I mean?
Tough to beat a good team 3 times.
You know when
Yeah.
one of the times Bernie said that? When our senior year in the finals of the Clark tournament, Algonquin had beat us twice really handily. Both times. And we went into the finals. We were the 8th seed. And got to the finals, you know, of course with Sab and Mike Welch and Joey Mahefka, God rest his soul, and Tubbsy and, you know, Jeff Rowe, Kevin Mack. We had Pat Ween. We had a good team. We beat them 50. Pat Ween beat them 55-51. And since that point on, I used to say the same thing. We played Tingborough one year at WPI. They had beaten us twice during the regular season. They were undefeated, 21-0. Right at the end of my career, we beat them at WPI.
And you know what happens? The kids get cocky because they've beaten you twice.
Oh, yeah.
And the team that got beat twice listens to the coach because they know we have to do everything right to win.
To win,
And that's what happens a lot of times.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Murph, best of luck tomorrow night against the Lady Gales. And we're following you here at WPKZ. It's great. Keep sending out some tweets and tell your girl. Hopefully your girls listen to this.
Yeah, I mean, I told them either get a bathroom pass and head down the corner. You know, just let the English teacher know. Hey,
if Don
for a while.
Hey, if Don Quinn's subbing, he wouldn't even know if they left.
We're on channels, 8 and 98
in
Clinton?
99.
Huh?
99.
99. 8 and 99 Clinton Community TV.
Yep. Hey.
Oh, I heard about that gig.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, Diesel Dan's giving us the...
Yeah, we got to...
You're blowing for stop signs.
All right, we got to go. All right,
See you, Murph. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
He's good. He's good.
He can talk. He's a good man.
I'm just going to take that as a cue to go to commercial at that point.
Yeah.
Finish off that set, but
Yeah. Hey, are we done?
Come back for another, minute and a half.
Another minute.
To close it. Actually,
Close it out, Mark.
it's too awkward if we...
Blowing through
Oh,
stop
look
signs.
at this now.
I'm coming in now. I gotta represent the showboat a little bit.
Jeez, look at this, Diesel. There's
Look at
something
this.
wrong with you.
What do you mean there's something wrong with me? You got a shirt on, no one can read it.
That's good.
That's a
What do you
problem.
got on underneath that thing? A sandwich whalers? Are they the whalers?
Nantucket Whalers.
What sandwich?
Blue Knights.
Blue Knights. Danny
How do
Diesel
you
knows.
know?
Oh, I mean, we got to
Who are the
represent.
Clippers?
I mean, this is representative of your
Someone's
career.
got to be the Clippers down there.
There's a couple.
Falmouth Clippers.
Newburyport is too, aren't they? I know they're the
I
other
think
side.
Falmouth
What?
Clippers and
Newburyport.
Newburyport is, yeah.
there's another East Coast team.
Where they built the chips.
Begins with an
Yeah,
S.
yeah. Diesel, only 2 slices, the 2 smallest.
Yes.
I doubt it.
That's what I tried to do there. I'm going to bring this home, and I am going to get 2 more meals.
Hey, Murph is good. People will
Hey,
enjoy
you
it.
got hockey coming up?
People will enjoy it, I think.
Playing,
So he's really
Saturday
good.
it's going to be Fitchburg State, Salem State.
Hey, are you all moved into the new place down by Rollstone Bank or in the building?
Not done yet. It's if we didn't finish up yesterday, we'll finish that up today.
Now, there's going to be studios in there that you can...
Yeah, we got studios at the new place. Yeah.
That's the modern building, right? That modern looking building.
Kinda. Yeah, it's a.
Oh yeah,
an annex
Upper
behind
Common.
it.
Yeah,
It's sort of next to it.
yeah. They have some space. Kevin from Heaven. That's where his wife was
But,
vice president,
it's a nice place.
bank
though.
vice president, Rollstone. Oh yeah.
That's right, he knew Eddie Connor. He knew Eddie Connor. Remember I brought Eddie
Oh,
Connor?
he's connected. He's connected.
Oh, Kevin from Heaven?
Yep. Kevin from Heaven's connected.
In more ways than one.
Good man to know.
Oh, he's a good man. Really good
Boy, we
man.
covered a lot of ground today.
Oh. When
Next
don't
week
we,
we-
Mark, huh?
Next week we can promote bidding on my lock pieces. Hey, take a look at number 7. Take a look at
Hey,
number
the
9.
Hood Milk sign will go.
What do you say we'll bring?
Probably 250, 275. I think if
I don't think
if
so.
you get 2 guys bidding.
I think maybe $1.50.
No.
Yeah.
I'd buy
I'd
it
be-
for $1.25.
Oh, let's get down Freddy's. We'll take it out right now.
Take IOUs.
Ooh, that's Stray Cats.
No, it's not.
That's not.
That's Adamant.
And welcome back to the Thursday afternoon Lunchbox. Great show today. We don't have a lot of time. We had Marty Murphy on. Murph's always a good interview. Ask him one question and he gives you 7 or 8 good minutes.
You notice
of
I had
an answer.
to represent the Neshoba
And
Wolves
now he goes.
So
from-
what I wore today was representative of your career. You were Clinton, and now you're a Neshoba Wolf.
I am.
Which is fine.
Hey,
you're having fun with
I'm
the
having a
JV
great
team.
time.
You're having a great time.
And you're coming to practice with me
yeah,
today.
it'll be a lot of fun. Great
I've got
kids
some
over
stuff
there.
I got to finish up going over because we play tomorrow night, and then
Big game with Leominster tomorrow night.
and then you can do your thing.
You're 3-0.
Yeah, JV's. Varshy's 2-2. They need a big win. They need to play well tomorrow night.
Who do you have next week? Any idea?
Yeah, North Middlesex and Groton at home.
Okay.
So we're playing 3 in a row at home.
If you can get one tomorrow night, I think you're going to get on a roll.
Got to get on a roll.
Gotta get one.
Consistency. It's got to start. We've had 10 days off, 7 days off, and that's hard.
It's hard.
Hard to get consistent.
Like Murph said, December's kind of crazy.
It is
Now you
crazy.
get into routine.
Get into a rhythm.
Diesel, thank you. Mark, thank you.
Yeah, Mark again.
Tony, on your
Thank
game.
you. Thank you. Yep. Clinton Cable, YouTube, channels 8
Show is fire. This
Yeah.
show is fire.
On fire. Diesel, finish that pizza up.
Eventually.
Eventually is right. Hey, everybody, have a great weekend again.
Yeah.
Not to be repetitive. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Stay safe.
Be well.
Roads are going to get bad tomorrow.
Be careful.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good show.